Hi English 102 students, I hope you're all doing well, and here is our video for week 8. So to get started, I'm going to go ahead and click on course information, and don't forget to always go to the course calendar so you can see what's coming up for this week. I've already got it downloaded. So I've scrolled down to week 8 in our calendar, and you'll see that we're going to be moving on to assignments 5.1, 5.2, and 6.1. Last week, just to recap what you worked on, it was mainly about conducting research. So this past week, hopefully you've seen the comments already, I went in and made lots of comments on assignments 4.1 and 4.2, which was about research topics and questions. So I was really trying to give you some guidance about which directions you could take with your topics, how you could make them more specific, how you could refine your questions to make them more specific and focused. And so now that you've got that feedback, you've got it from me, and hopefully you've taken a look at the discussion forums, at the responses you got from your classmates on those topics and questions. And then this past week you worked on the library orientation, on being able to find articles and books and other sources, and also taking all that information you've started to collect and putting it into your research notes assignment. So I'll look forward to seeing where you've taken your topics this week. I'll be looking at all these assignments and making comments on them, so look for those throughout this week. Okay, now that you've got sources collected, hopefully you've saved some articles, you have some ideas of books you could use, of reliable websites you could use on your research topics. Now in this week, week 8, we're going to be moving into MLA or APA documentation styles. So you've got the sources, but once you start using them in research assignments, like the critical response essay coming up next week, the annotated bibliography coming up right after that, you need to be able to document them, to show where you got them from, and to let readers know how they could find the same sources if they wanted to use them. So you'll see I've got MLA/APA. You are going to choose one of those. Okay? You do not have to do both MLA and APA styles for these assignments. I give these options because everybody has different majors. After you leave English 101 and 102, you may end up using MLA all the time if you're an English or humanities major. You may end up using APA all the time if you're a nursing or education or even in some cases business major. If you're in other fields, you may even have to learn a different documentation style, but I like to give the option because you might as well start practicing the style that's most useful to you right now. And I'm giving you the resources to make that choice. The other thing that you'll be learning about this week is summarizing and responding. That's going to be going along with assignment 6.1. So we'll be in 2 different module folders this week. It's amazing how much progress we've made already. It seems like the semester is flying by. Okay, so we'll head into My Classroom and into course modules, and we'll get started down in module 5. Okay, so the first assignments you see here are an MLA scavenger hunt and then MLA in-text citations. So if you decide to go with MLA style for this assignment, you will do these 2 assignments. If you choose to do APA style instead, you will ignore these 2 assignments and you'll move down to APA scavenger hunt or APA in-text citations. Both of them have the labels 5.1 and 5.2, but you choose the ones you want to do. And that completely depends on your major and what's going to be most useful to you for the future. It could also be that you've used MLA all through high school and in English 101, and your schedule just doesn't allow you to feel comfortable with a whole new documentation style. Completely understandable. So I'm all about options and choices, so you choose the style that works best for you. So if you're doing MLA in the 5.1 assignment, you'll watch this brief video first on the basics of MLA style and academic writing, and then you'll download this document called Bibliography Scavenger Hunt. And what this is in the Bibliography Scavenger Hunt is it gives you a list of different sources that you are going to look for, and you're going to create your own MLA Works Cited or APA references page. So you'll follow the instructions to look for these different sources in different places. So last week, you already explored Academic Search Complete. You already looked in the online catalog for books using Bearcat Search. I had you go to think about website sources like newspapers and magazines. So you had the chance to kind of explore everything. So now you're taking that knowledge and you're compiling a sample list of sources, a bibliography. And keep in mind that an MLA bibliography is labeled as works cited and an APA bibliography is labeled references. So you're not going to put bibliography across the top of your list. And I will show you a sample list for each of these in just a few moments. So that's coming. Okay. So before you get started, as it tells you here, you'll learn about the following procedures that will make creating citations easier. So I have basically given you this way of sort of formatting all of your citations to look the same if you're copying them from a database. So if you are, let's say, in a database and you find a great article that you want to use and you want to copy and paste that into your Microsoft Word document, this shows you how you can do that. So basically I can even go and open up, or I can go to our library website. And I'm going to go ahead to, let's go to A to Z databases. I'm going to go to Academic Search Complete, and I'm going to log in. All right, and once I'm in there, I'm just going to search for any topic. Let's say a current one like COVID-19. All right, and let's say that I am interested in this, looks like a newspaper or it's a magazine article from Time. I click on it, and then I want to cite that article. So I'm going to click on Cite, and I'll scroll down to the format that I need. So if you're doing APA, here would be your reference. If you're doing MLA, here would be your reference. So just for the sake of the example, I'm going to copy MLA, and I'm going to open up a brand new document. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and put Works Cited across the top, and I'm going to put it in Times New Roman 12-point font just to get myself all set up, and then I'm going to copy this. Okay. The only problem is, let me undo that and put left alignment here. Okay, now the problem is that this is not in the right format that I need. So I'm going to go to Paste and Merge Formatting. Let's try that again. So Paste, Merge Formatting. It gets it in the right font and it gets rid of all that gray stuff behind. I just need to get it to do that. Okay, so basically click on the font and the style that you want, hit space, go to Paste over here, go to the middle one that says Merge Formatting, and it's going to give it to you, but you'll need to realign it there. It's going to give it to you with the right font, the correct, basically all the italics in the right place. The only other thing I need to do is select it, drag down this paragraph option, change special to hanging for a hanging indent. I need double spacing. Spacing needs to be set to 0 for both of these. And I'm good. I have my first citation all set up. So you'll continue on with the same thing for the rest of the citations that you create. Okay, heading back over here. Let's see, back to our assignment 5.1. So you'll notice that for each one of these, what you're going to be doing is creating a citation for each of these items based on the instructions that I give to you. So in here I have a series of database articles. There are newspaper articles from online newspapers like the New York Times. There are like databases other than Academic Search Complete. I have you look for magazine articles. There's various sources that I want you to look for. There's a TED Talk here, for example, an ebook. And to see some model citations, I'll have you go back over here to where it says Bibliography Scavenger Hunt MLA Models. So when you open up this one, this is going to give you a list of model citations that you can use to create the citations that are in the other document. These are models or examples, so you don't have to go and look them up in Purdue OWL or something. You have them all right here. So I'm going to go to review and change this to all markup. And what you'll see here is a really handy list of the most common types of sources and their citation types that you can use not only for this class, but for any class that you take at Lander or anywhere else. So you have the format for an academic journal article from Global Issues in Context, that's another database, from a newspaper, a magazine from a database specifically, a printed book, a blog post, a documentary film, a TED Talk, and an ebook from a database. So all of these are MLA models that you can follow to put together your own citation. So these should be really, really useful. It's kind of a one-stop shop for all the information that you need. Okay, so going back over here to assignment 5.1. So you have the first document is the list of instructions. The second document is the list of examples. So once you've created your sample works cited list, you'll then click on the 5.1 link and upload your work. And the goal of this assignment is to give you the chance to practice putting together these citations, getting feedback from me so I can make corrections and tell you where you might need to improve. So if you make some mistakes in this, that's okay. As long as I see you've made an attempt for every single citation that's in that list, you will get full credit for the assignment. See this as a learning opportunity. So you're not going to get marked down a bunch of points because you made some mistakes. As long as there is a good, valid attempt for every single citation, I see the good effort you've put into that, you're all set. Okay. If we scroll down to the APA version of 5.1, it's almost exactly the same. So here is a video on the basics of APA style references, so watch that first. The bibliography scavenger hunt, it's actually the second document here, and that is the same thing as the one that's in the MLA. It's the same list of instructions. The only difference is now you're going to be creating an APA references list instead if you choose this option. So here you'll download the list of APA models. So it's the same list of sources as above in the MLA version, except that I put these in APA style instead. So you'll go to review, to all markup, and it's the same list of sources. The only difference is that they're in APA style. So you can use this as your model to refer to create APA citations. All right, heading back over here, looking at 5.2. 5.2 is to get you familiar with doing in-text citations in MLA or APA style. So if you choose the MLA option, you'll watch this video to learn about the basics of MLA in-text citations, and then you'll take an MLA in-text citation quiz. And I'll open that up so you can see it. It's a Kia quiz. And once you get the results screen with your score, just take a screenshot of that. You can drop it into a Word document, save it on your computer, and just upload it there to get credit for taking the quiz. And you can take the quiz as many times as you want until you get a perfect score. It's really, I want you to try it over and over again until you understand it well. Okay, and then if you choose the APA option, Here you'll again watch a video about the basics of APA in-text citations, and then, like the one above, you'll take an APA in-text citation quiz. Okay, so it's an interactive quiz or tutorial that guides you through the basics of APA in-text citations. So again, once you get your results screen with your score, do a screenshot, upload it, put it in a Word document, upload it at the assignment link. And again, you can do it as many times as you want until you get it perfect. Okay, so that takes care of all the Module 5 assignments. Again, remember you don't have to do all 4 of these. You're just choosing MLA or APA and do the 2 that go with your choice. All right, the last assignment that you have for this week is to go into Module 6, and you'll click on Focused Listing, Writing Summaries and Responses. This is kind of the next step in preparation for the next major essay assignment, which is a critical response essay. So you'll click on the link here. It's going to take you to a journal assignment. You'll read 5 pages in this online textbook, English 101 Rhetoric and Composition, and create a list of the 5 most important points that you took from the reading. And then after listing those points, think back to the text annotation exercise you did all the way in Module 1. You might have to go back and look at it. So how will text annotation help you prepare for your critical response essay? So if you have an article in front of you and you need to use some ideas from that article in your critical response essay, you're responding directly to that article, how would annotation help you? How would it make your job easier? How would it help you write a good summary and write an effective response to that summary? So once you're finished with those 2 activities, or you've already read the pages and you're ready to write your journal entry, just click on Journal Entry and add your response, and that's it for that one. Okay, so all in all, this week is all about getting used to MLA or APA style documentation, feeling more familiar with the one that you choose, and getting familiar with writing academic summaries and responding to others' ideas as you begin to prepare for your critical response essay next week. So any questions that you have, please don't hesitate to let me know. If anything in the instructions is unclear or doesn't make sense, drop by my office hours, send me an email. I'll be more than glad to help you. Good luck this week, and I'll see you all soon.